Hello and welcome to Start Select Steven. I'm Steven Reyes and today we will be taking a look at the game Viewfinder. So I first experienced this game back at the Game Developer Conference around, I have to say, 2023. So it's been out for a minute, so you may or may not have heard about this game, but this game is spectacular. So the best way to describe it, I'm going to go ahead and pull from their description to help kind of get the ball rolling and then tell you what I think about the game. So you get to challenge your perspective, redefine reality, and reshape the world around you with an Insta camera. Yes, those Polaroids that have become vintage, which makes me feel very old. Viewfinder is a new single-player game offering gamers hours of interesting and fun experiences while uncovering the mysteries left behind. So yes, there is hours that I had played this game a little bit, so my runtime for the entire game may be faster than most. It took me about 7 hours for powering through it, which for this type of game, I actually think that is a decent amount of time. That often these days, depending on how big a game is, you can be clocking 40 to 60 hours, but I think anywhere from 6 to 10 with this one is great because this one, you have to really kind of think outside. No, not kind of. You really have to think outside the box with this one because there are often times where you have to position yourself at a certain angle to bring an image together, do a certain filter or color scheme to adjust reality to make changes to the world so you can progress to the next level. And of course, use the camera to photograph your environment. And the camera, there are a lot of ways that if I try to describe how many that you can use it, we'll be here forever. But some of the basic ways are, yes, you can photograph like a bridge and then paste the photo somewhere so you can actually get across a gap that you couldn't jump before. That there may be batteries that you need and you need to duplicate it, so you can take a photo of the battery, then pull the battery out of the photo so you have more than one. Sometimes there's a copy machine that you can use to copy certain environments so you can build a different staircase, room, or even warp the angle so you can actually get to stuff you couldn't normally reach in just the standard reality that you're walking through. That the game really challenges you to find new and interesting ways to deal with these obstacles and puzzles and to think of the world without the normal gravity and physics laws that you're used to abiding by. That it does get emotional that your little guide telling you how this simulation was built before and what was going on does give you some backstory. So yes, I would highly recommend not just going through each stage and room and just finding the solution. Check for notes because there's post-it notes, records, recordings, tons of things that you can get for more story in regards to how this world was built. And there are certain levels that are optional, which do all the optional levels. It's just going to bring a lot more enjoyment to you. That this game is fun and mind-bending. That they keep on amplifying as you progress through the game. The difficulty, some of the stuff you're able to do before, you have to redefine because there are new obstacles you weren't thinking of, and some things that you don't even think would be a possibility are the way you get through it. So I'm not going to spoil the solutions on this. As you can see, there are a lot of different scenarios in this nice multi-screen of events happening. So I'm just going to say go ahead and play it. That this review specifically focusing on Viewfinder's recent release on the Nintendo Switch. So I actually kind of have two scores, so to speak. That for the game itself, I'm still calling this a 10 out of 10. That the concept and the mechanics of the game is amazing. The story is definitely intriguing and keeps you involved. That if I was going to rate how they implemented this game on the Switch, I'd probably give that a 9.5 out of 10. And the reason for that is the game is great, but I know that on the Switch sometimes you can have motion controls. I think it was Cyberpunk's integration on the Switch where you could actually use your motion controllers to do certain actions, and I think being able to use the motion control on the Switch would add an interesting, possibly even very difficult and frustrating aspect to using the camera and moving around. So I just think that's a missed opportunity. So no jabs at the game, just more of kind of wish they had utilized this unique feature that the Switch already has built in. But you never know. They released it a couple years later on the Switch after it had come out on PC. Maybe one day they'll adapt it for VR, which is pretty much there. It would just be coding some different coding some different things in the game, but this is definitely a game I think is worth owning. That generally it's, I think it was around 25 bucks. Currently when I'm looking at it, it's on sale, but even if it's not on sale, 25 bucks is totally worth this game. So yeah, overall the game itself, as I said, 10 out of 10. I would highly recommend it. Just want to say thank you for checking out my review of Viewfinder, and until next time, thank you for watching. I'm Stephen Reyes.
Well.